Hello, Sagittarius. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Tarot Grand Lux by Churro Marchetti. Churro's right, I know that much. Website is usgamesinc.com. Feel free to check that out if you'd like to. Supportive Oracle cards, Magical Spell cards by Lucy Cavendish. Illustrated by Jesse Reish. There's the website information, hayhouse.com at the bottom. Feel free to freeze frame and check that out if you'd like to. All right. What do we got going on for Sagittarius? Like, there's some energy, and I like it. So hopefully you like it too. I don't know. It feels good to me. You got a lot going on. That's not really... Sagittarius tends to be in motion. At least that's my experience with Sagittarius. So you got a lot going on. I'm like, yeah, well, you know. What else is new? I think that's a good thing. I like that about Sag. Because you guys just keep going. It's just your energy. That's how you do it. Somebody's going to offer you something. Somebody wants to offer you something. Don't miss it. Okay. How is the offer coming towards Sagittarius? Somebody wants to offer you something. Are they letting it go, or has somebody else vacated a position? There's an opening. Somebody needs to fill it. I feel like the reason you might miss it is because they're offering it to just anybody, in the sense of, like, I feel like whoever's offering it, or wherever this offer is, it doesn't seem like it's specific to you. I don't feel like it's being personally like, hey, Sag, we need you. I don't feel like it's like that. It's kind of like, hey, there's this on the table. If somebody wants it, go ahead and claim it. It's more like that, if you follow me. And I feel like that's why you might miss it. Kind of like, well, it's just there for anybody who wants it. But that's the great opportunity. This can bring in a lot of change, a lot of good things for you. All right, there's some more with this. 10 of Swords reversed. And then the Tower card. It also looks like it's... The reason you might miss it, too... It looks like whatever it was didn't do well. The 10 of Swords reversed is kind of like, it's not a total fail, but something was failing in that situation. And the Tower card is kind of like, well, I don't want to get involved with that, because, like, if it already failed, why would I want to get involved with something that's going to fail? That makes no sense. That's the thing. This is why you might miss it, because it's all about the people that were involved versus the people who are going to be involved. The situation calls for the ability to change quickly and when necessary. You easily can match that. Is there anything else we could say for Sagittarius so they know what this is? 6 of Pentacles and the Magician. There's somebody here, whoever's getting involved, if you find out who else is going to take on that responsibility, I feel like you're going to see that whoever it is does not get involved with something that's going to fail. If they get involved, it will work out one way or another. This also might be a person that you might not feel like you match with because they're very regimented. I don't feel like that's going to be a problem, but that might be another like trigger, like, oh, well, if they're going to get involved, maybe I don't work well with that person, or I'm like looking how they work and I'm like, they look a little bit like overly regimented, and that might be a problem for me. That might be like, oh, I don't know if I want to work with that. The thing is, you'll have your piece, they'll have their piece. I don't feel like there'll be a clash there. That may be another reason, like, they're giving you this heads up. Like, if this is something that you're seeing, you're like, you're giving yourself a lot of reasons why you might not do it. It makes sense, but like, how does Sagittarius like start coming into this in a positive way? You might be just ready for a change. If you don't feel very appreciated where you are, and it's kind of like, I just want something different. Maybe you just want something different. Realize that you can change your mind. I also feel like you can change your mind with this situation. Is that true? If if Sagittarius gets involved in this and decides they don't like it, can they get out of it? Yeah, just don't get fully involved. You could start slowly going towards it. Start unearthing what it's more about. You don't have to get, up to your neck. You don't have to get, neck deep in this before you realize if you want this or not. Get your feet wet with it. It's kind of like maybe you're kind of like, I want to try learning how to swim, so I'm going to try a couple classes to see if I really like it. That type of thing. Like just get involved enough to find out more about it. Start researching it. Find out more. Whoever you're dealing with, tell them, like, I just want to gather more information. I don't want to overly commit to this. I just want to learn more about it to see what's going on there, to see if I can be of use here. Go into it with that type of attitude. Just be on the forefront about it. You don't have to stay involved with something, and I feel like that might be like a drawback. Like, if I get involved with this, I feel like I'm just going to get sucked right into it, and I'm not going to be able to get out. I feel like you can get in, just get your feet wet. If you get your feet wet, you'll see more of what it's about, and I feel like you'll see, like, oh, wait, I could go there. Oh, wait, I could do that. That person, the success person, they are involved, and I like that, but they're going to be over there. I'm going to be over here doing my own thing. They're not going to be bothering me, but we can work in tandem. I can help them. They can help me. As long as we're both doing our own thing, I think this can work out. Get your feet wet. Get your feet wet with this situation is what I keep getting. I do feel, if you choose to take it on, I do feel like you'll actually stick with it and you will get a lot of success, but I feel like there's a lot of learning. Ironically, I feel like this is what's going to keep you interested in it, because there's going to be like, okay, what's that doing? Okay, let me figure that out. Okay, what's that doing? Okay, let me figure that out. Wait, how do these match together? Okay, I figured that out. Okay, wait, what's going on over here? Oh, that's how that adds in here. It seems like it's kind of like new things keep popping up, but they always add in to the main, and I have to keep figuring out these pieces. That's the part that failed before. People weren't very adaptable. Somebody who's adaptable needs to be a part of this. That would be you. I do feel like you will be involved in this long haul once you see what you like, because there'll be a reason for it. Like, I do feel like you will get locked into this at one point, but I don't feel like you'll get locked into it till you've decided you want to be, if that makes sense. Because until you see something here that's like of great value to you, you won't go forward with it. That makes sense to me. There is a balance here of organization and random energy. Because I get the Ace of Wands, which is fire, which to me is a random energy card. But then there's the organization, literally the organization card, and I think the peace card is there too, if I can move my finger so you can see it. There will be a balance of like spontaneity and regimen. There's going to be a structure, but within the structure, there's like, everything doesn't go the same every way, every time. Things might, like 1, 2, 3 might happen like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, but there's so much to do within 1, there's so much to do within 2, and there's so much to do within 3. And you're going to have one of these pieces, and I feel like that's what you're dealing with. The person, there's like this overall energy of like, we have to keep things in line, we have to keep things in order. But it's kind of like every week, these 5 things need to be done. You're left alone. As long as these 5 things are done by the end of the week, nobody gives you a problem. You get to set up your week the way you want to, and there's different ways to do things. So it works. It's like the randomness within the organization. And that's what's necessary. That's what needs to happen for this to succeed. Certain things may happen, like we got to put the wheels in the car before we can move it forward. True. But like how we get the wheels and what wheels we're using every week may be different. You know what I'm saying? Okay. There's a lot of working with other people. I do see you, like, again, there's this very structured energy going on here. I don't see you directly connected with that, but I do see other people helping you work it out. There seems to be other people helping you work it out and maybe be creating this little bit of a buffer that does seem to work for you. Kind of like, yeah, I don't want to have to actually constantly deal with that if I don't have to. And I don't think you're going to have to. That energy of the overstructured energy, or I shouldn't say overstructured, it just doesn't work for you directly. That structured energy, I feel like it's going to get blocked from dealing with you directly anyway. That's good, roll with it. I feel like as long as they stay on their side of the building and you stay on your side of the building, you guys are fine. It will balance out. Other people want this to work out. The question is, will you take it? you can have this new beginning. You don't have to take this new beginning. I also get that, by the way. So the world is showing up with this new beginning saying you can have this. This can be yours. A lot more happiness will be there for you. The thing is, get your feet wet, sort it out, make sure you don't let this pass up because your knee-jerk reaction is like, I don't think this is for me. Get your feet wet. Just find out what it's about. You won't get locked into it. When you find what you want there and you decide to, then you can end up getting locked into it, but not until you decide it's for you. Just get your feet wet. If you're like, no, the water's too cold, I don't think this is for me, and you want to walk away, you can, not a problem. But after you get your feet wet and you're like, I like this, I'm having fun, the water is a good temperature, then when you jump in, you will be locked into it, but you won't jump in unless you want to. Does that make sense? In case that helps the nerves. Test it out, check it out. If you decide it's not for you, move on, don't worry about it. But when you test it and check it out, I feel like you're going to find, oh, I like these people. I like the little things that I've done. The water feels good. All right, I'm diving in. This is for me. And then once you dive in, yes, you will be locked in, but not until you dive in. Just because you're checking it out, that does not bind you to something if you don't want it. Okay, I think we're good. I'm going to shut that down there. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thanks again for watching, and have a great day.